Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Marcus Sykes, a.k.a. Black Jesus, the Antichrist, President of the United States. And I'm back into place. You know what I'm saying? Today, we're finna talk about basically in the situation with the interest rates. We're finna break down everything on the insurance and interest rates, the changes that's finna happen with that. Because we finna totally rearrange everything that's happening in the United States. And the insurance and interest rates is going to be a big change. It's going to be a big change with the insurance and the interest rates. So I'm going to break it down to you real simple like for you right now. Now, first, we're going to start off with the insurance. We're not going to totally eradicate commercial insurance. Everybody in the United States is going to have a standardized insurance policy for every single citizen. If you're a citizen of the United States, then you're logged into, then you have an account on Facebook government, which is America 2.0. So there's a standardized insurance for you. This standardized insurance will include house, car, and health insurance for you. We'll start with the house. Each person will have insurance on one house. The people will be insuring your house. If you get a second house, then you're going to have to get insurance, commercial insurance on that yourself. The insurance policy is going to insure the basic essentials, which is food, clothing, shelter, communication, and transportation, which are the new bare essentials in this new revolutionary world that we live in. You can't survive these days without communication and transportation. You're going to be insured and guaranteed that as a citizen of the United States, of America 2.0. Therefore, we're going to insure your house, which is your shelter, your car, and your health, which is pretty much food, clothing, and shelter. The dividend is a part of the health factor and your food, clothing, and shelter. That's what the dividend is for. The dividend is going to ensure that pretty much everybody can afford to live somewhere and feed themselves. Let's say you have a house. Then your house is going to be insured automatically. You register on the Facebook government and you say, hey, this is my house. This is where I live. Boom. Then you're insured in that house. That house is insured to you. You're the primary holder of that house, then you're insured automatically. Now, if you go and buy a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth house, then you're going to need commercial insurance to insure all of your property. So if because when it comes down to business, then that's your business and you need to insure yourself. So the people aren't going to be insuring your businesses for you. The people is just going to insure you. Therefore, the standardized insurance for every person is one house. Let's say you're married to someone. Now you can have two houses insured because one house can be insured under each person within the marriage, under you and your wife or you and your husband. So now you got two houses, one house over here, one house over there, insured by the people automatically. If you have a third house, you can insure that through your kid. Now that kid is going to be in control of that house. That's pretty much like his house. So whoever you put in the third house, they have to be close enough to you to where you can trust them because effectively that is their house. The house is insured to them and is assigned to them. But if you've got the money, you can go ahead and insure them on a commercial level as many houses as you want. Let's say you're renting a house or you're renting an apartment. You will not be insured for that. You're going to have to get commercial insurance because the people are not going to be insuring rentals. I don't care what you're renting. You're renting cars, you're renting spaceships, whatever. We're not insuring. The people will not be insuring your rentals. A rental is a luxury thing. That's something that you're going to have to insure on your own. Okay, now the possessions in your house. The house is insured by the people. Your home is insured by the people. Now, your possessions within the house, let's say you got a nice house, you got a $50 million painting over here, $100 million painting right there. You pretty much got $4 billion worth of paintings in your house, which is really a museum, but you're counting it as a house. So, okay, the people are not insuring 40 billion. We're not insuring 40 billion. The people are not going to insure 40 billion on your house. For your possessions of any value, you're going to have to go and get commercial insurance for that. But if something happens, like your house catches on fire, the value of your house will be insured up to 20%. If your house gets destroyed some way by natural disaster or whatever, you're going to have to come up with 20%. The other 80% is covered. The people are covering you for the rest of the value of your house. Now, for your possessions in the house, that's where you have to go get commercial insurance. So commercial insurance is still going to be into play for a lot of things, but every person will be entitled to this basic insurance for their home. When it comes down to the car, it's the same situation. You buy a car, now you just have to get that car registered. Every state has different qualifications on how to register it. The people of that state are coming up with the qualifications and are certifying whatever the qualifications are for that state. The people together are voting on every single situation for registration of the car. So some states may have electric car emissions issues. In California, they may switch over to electric. As long as your car qualifies, you bought this car, it's registered to you, you register that car, okay, you're automatically insured. You don't have to pay insurance premium on your house or on your car. And now if you get into some kind of wreck, some kind of complication, you're gonna have to pay the 20% on whatever that car is. Now, let's say you got 2 cars. Okay, we're not gonna insure 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars. You got 15 car garage, you got 15 cars in it. You're gonna have to go get commercial insurance to insure all of those cars. The people are giving you automatic insurance for 1 car and 1 house. If you got a wife and you wanna register your second car in that person's name, you can do that. And then boom, that car is insured by the people. You got 1 house, 1 car insured by the people. Anything over that, then that's business. That's considered business in a sense. And you're going to have to get commercial insurance for all of that. And everything, the contents of the car, everything inside the house, all your personal belongings, you're going to have to get a commercial insurance policy on that. You're going to get insurance, basic insurance on all of these things that are in your possession. And these things are going to be registered on your Facebook government. Nobody will know what is yours and what you have and how many possessions you have unless you want them to know how many possessions you have. That's private information. That's your information. You know, you release that information to whoever you want, however you want, this and that, this and that. Now, to the health insurance, the most important part. Health insurance is working the same exact way. You're going to be insured automatically. If you have to go to the hospital, you're going to be insured automatically, 80%, and you'll have to come up with the other 20%. So if you have to go see the doctor for some basic issue, let's say it's $100, you're going to have to pay $20. You're covered on the other 80% automatically. But you got to, pay the $20. That's okay, right? That's cool. So we can all do that. And then let's say you got somebody who's a senior citizen and they're deaf and blind. They can't really do anything. They need an operation that's going to bring back their hearing or something, right? It's going to cost $100,000. So that means they're going to have to come up with $20,000. That person may not have $20,000. A senior citizen, they don't have $20,000. So here's how it's going to work. That person is going to have to get up on Facebook government. Now I understand they're blind and whatnot and they can't see, but people will assist them. There will be people to assist. That person's going to have to get up on Facebook government. They're going to have to appeal to the people to get that other 20%. Let's say this person's Jewish, right? And they say, okay, well, let me reach out to the Jewish Americans, to that group, which is how many Jewish people in America?
The number of Jews in the United States is 10 million.
So there's 10 million Jews in America. So they're all in this group. There are other people in this group that support Jewish people, and they're not Jewish. They're blacks, whites, Mexicans, whatever. They support the Jewish people, and the Jewish people, they're just a part of that group. They're in support of the Jewish people of America. Let's say there's roughly 10 million people in here. So you reach out to the Jewish people of America. You're Jewish, and you say, okay, I'm just going to pick this group because I'm Jewish. And I'm like, hey, Jewish people of America, I need this operation to get my hearing back. I need $20,000. You make your information to them public about your operation and all the information that's there and what you need to do. They're going to look at that. They're going to see that it's not fraud and that this is a real situation. So they're going to elect to help you. They're going to vote on it and they're going to like, yeah, this is legit. So we're going to do it. Then the algorithm is going to break it down to every single one of them are paying. So let's see, how much is that? 20,000 divided by 10 million.
The answer is 0.002.
Okay, 0.002. Each one of them will be paying 0.002. That's not even a cent. That's not even a cent. That's like a fraction of a cent that they're all going to pay to get you that operation. So 9 times out of 10, you're going to get that out. You're going to get the money that you need, but you're going to have to go to the people to go get this money. We're getting rid of Medicare, Medicaid, all these things are going to get rid of. We're not going to completely get rid of them, but it's just going to change form to where it's automatic for everyone. Anything extra that you need, then you're going to be able to go to the people. And as you can see, that these groups that are on the internet, they're gonna have no problem helping you, because to get you that operation, it's going to cost them less of a fraction of a cent. All you got to do is prove and show them that you are not fraud. This is not some fraudulent situation, and that you really need this, and then the doctors are really going to work with you. Now, in a situation of some cosmetic situation, like we're talking about something cosmetic, like say for example, you want to change the way you look, you want to change your sex, or you want boobs, you want bigger boobs, you want all this. Okay, this will not be covered by this will not be covered by the automatic insurance that everybody has. This is extra, right? So we're not going to cover that. We're only going to cover stuff that actually affects the way you're living, that affects your life for real. Okay, you want to make any changes to make yourself feel better. Okay, you're going to have to do that on your own reconnaissance. But also, you could go to the people for that. Like I said in a prior video, if you're a man trying to become a tranny and you could reach out to the trannies of America. It's going to be millions of them. And then they're going to say, okay, yeah, we'll help you out. And they'll probably pay like 5 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents a piece. As long as you show them that you're not fraud and this is not fraud, they're going to do it. Next thing you know, boom, you got whatever you needed. Through this system, everybody's going to be taken care of for a little or nothing. Little or nothing. Everybody's going to be able to find the help that they need. This is how insurance is going to change in America. We're going to insure everybody. And now we're going to look at the interest rates. Okay, here's a big problem that we have in America with our money. It's the interest rates. The interest rates is killing us because through the interest rates, more money is being printed, fake money is being created, and people are becoming rich and other people are becoming poor. And the rich are taking advantage of the people that are on the bottom that are trying to find their way up. The people on the bottom can't come up because of this interest rate. This interest rate is all designed on destroying the people on the bottom as they're trying to make a come up. And it's making the people on the top filthy rich for no reason. And it's killing our economic system. So what are we going to do about the interest rate? We're going to completely obliterate the interest rate. There won't be no interest rates. There won't be no interest. That situation is going to be played out unless you're talking about corporations and companies borrowing money from the people or borrowing money from each other. That's where you're going to start seeing interest rate. But as far as people trying to do what they need to do to get the basic needs of their life, like a house, a car, things of that nature, it's not going to be no loans and interest rates and banks taking, controlling you. And let's start off with the house, right? The American dream is a house. But once you go out there to get a house, you're going to get ripped off. You're going to have to sell your soul to the devil in order to get a house. Because what's going to happen? Let's say you try to buy a house that's $100,000. Let's make it simple. You're trying to buy this house for $100,000. Well, you're going to have to come up with 20%. So that's $20,000. So you come up with the $20,000. You pay that down to the bank. The bank's going to issue this loan. They're going to make fake money or whatever. They're going to buy this house from you. Then they're going to give you a loan for $80,000. You probably get a 15 to 30 year loan. The first 5 years, it's just going to be straight paying interest. And then in 30 years, you'll have your loan paid off. And it's going to constantly grow as the interest compounds and compounds. So your mortgage payment is going to grow. If you don't end up losing a house or selling a house, most people end up selling a house because they can't even keep up with the payment. People lose the house because they can't keep up with the payment because life changes. You had a good job 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but something happened. You changed, your health went bad or something like that. Now you can't afford the house. So you go into foreclosure. You lost your down payment. Your whole dream is gone. The bank has it. Now they're printing up new money again, doing the same thing with somebody else. But if you actually survive to the end of your mortgage, for this $100,000 house, you done paid like $400,000. This is what's happening right now. This is why it's dangerous to even try to go and be somebody and get a house because of the interest rate. The interest rates are killing every single person. Where's the money going? It's just going to these rich people who already have money and already have houses. This ain't fair. This is messed up. So we got to straighten this out. We got to straighten out this interest rate situation. So in the new iteration, this is how it's going to play out. You want to go get a house. Instead of getting a loan, you're just going to do what's called a commitment. You're going to make a commitment. You're going to say, hey, I want to get this house right here. It's $100,000. So you're going to have to come up with 20%, but that's just to pay the tax. That's a 20% tax. You're going to have to come up with the 20% to pay the tax. So you come up with the $20,000, then you pay that. Okay, now you still owe $100,000. So what you're going to do now is you're going to make a commitment. You're going to make a commitment to the people. You're going to have to find which people these is. If you're Jewish, it may be the Jews of America. If you're black, it may be the blacks of America, or it may just be the state of Texas, or it may be the city of Dallas, or it may be the city of New York. There's going to be so many different groups. The trannies of America, the hip hop of America. You're going to have so many different kinds of groups supporting each other. And whatever kind of person you are is going to decide what kind of group you're going to actually try to appeal to. Maybe your city isn't big enough to really handle that situation. Maybe you live in a small town. So you're going to say, okay, I'm going to go to the state. That's a bigger group. And maybe that group is, maybe that group is big enough, but maybe they're not offering you what you want, what you like. So you go to a bigger group like Jews of America or blacks of America or hip hop of America or rock and roll of America or country of America, whatever, just whatever of America, right? You got all these groups. So you appeal to a group and you say, hey, I want to buy this house for $100,000. I need to get a house. It's $100,000. I need $100,000. The bigger the group, the better the situation, right? Let's just say the state of Texas. How many people in the state of Texas?
The population of Texas was 28.7 million in 2018.
Okay, there's 28 million in the state of Texas. Let's cut that down to like about 15 million. We're talking about just adults who are working that are paying taxes, right? So let's see what the numbers are. What is 100,000 divided by 15 million?
The answer is approximately 0.006667.
That's a fraction of a cent. So of course they're gonna have no problem giving you that. So of course you're gonna get a good answer. If you're in the state of Texas, you could just say, hey, state of Texas, I need to buy this house. They're going to be like, okay, let's see what's going on. Let's make sure it's not fraud. Okay, this isn't fraud. He's really got all the paperwork. We're going to pay these people. Okay, boom. Now you got that house. Okay, but you have to make a commitment to the state of Texas now. You have to make a commitment. That commitment is going to be, you're going to pay the state of Texas back for this house, is what you're going to do. The commitment is a percentage. Your house is $100,000. Let's say you got a job and you're making $50,000 a year. And then on top of that, you're getting $25,000. The dividend is coming through $2,000 a month. So you're coming through with about $75,000. 20% of that is coming out for the government. You say, okay, I'm going to make a commitment to pay off this house 20%. No, 30%, 30%, an extra 30% is coming out of everything that you buy. Let's make it 100%. So you say, hey, I want to pay this house off pretty fast, right? So I'm going to make a commitment of 100%. No, 80%. That way you're pulling out 100% every time you pay for something. So if you go to buy a piece of candy, then you're going to pay double the price of that candy. The candy is $1, then you're going to have to pay $2 for that candy. You buy a t-shirt, you know what I'm saying, for $5, you have to pay $10 because the money that you're paying extra is going to the payment of your house, is going back into the state of Texas. You have committed to do that. It's not a monthly payment. It's a payment on everything that you do. And you're going to be doing stuff every day. You're buying stuff all the time, every day. It's not based on you making this payment on this day. And if not, I'm gonna impose penalties. And then you're going to be all out of whack. And then we're doing all this compounded interest and we're trying to rip you off and all this. We're not going to even have the interest rate. You got $100,000 from the state of Texas and you're going to pay back the state of Texas $100,000 through every day on your spending. It's a tax imposed on you, specifically on you. So every person is going to have a different schedule on what they're paying. So everything you're paying for now is double. You making $75,000 a year. What's 75,000 divided by 2?
The answer is 37,500.
Okay, so you're paying $37,000 a year on your house. What's 100,000 divided by 37,000?
The answer is approximately 2.702703.
Okay, you're going to pay your house off in about 3 years, doing it like this. Now, the other way, the way we're doing it now, is 15 to 30 years and compounded interest, and you're paying like 3 times more for the house, and then you're losing it before you even get finished. But with this way, you're paying exactly what you're supposed to be paying. There is no interest rate, and it's costing people nothing like cents on the dollar to buy you the house. It's costing the state of Texas cents on the dollar to buy you that house. You paid your taxes on it. In the very beginning, that was your down payment, the taxes that you had to pay. Once you paid that, you was approved. Everything was all good. Okay, now in 2.5 years, you done paid your house off. Now let's say you're married. You got a wife. Y'all could do that with 2 different houses. Y'all getting the house paid off in 2 years. Now let's say you lose your job in the midst of this and you have no money coming in except the dividend. And so you're still buying stuff, you know what I'm saying, for double. You're going to buy stuff for double until you pay that 100,000 off. It's not going to take too long. It's still, you're going to get it paid off. You got time to find another job. You're not going to be kicked out of your house just because you couldn't come up with a payment because your life schedule changed. Now you have room to change. Now you're not stuck a debt slave to this job because you know you got to pay this mortgage and you don't have any free leeway. Now you can do whatever you want to. You don't have to work for this person. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. You can change and do things in your life, and you're not going to lose your house. There's no way nobody's going to take your house. The house is yours. It is yours. But you're committed to the system at 100%. So everything you buy is double until you get it paid off. Now the car is going to work the same way. Whenever you go to buy a car, it's like instead of getting a loan, you're going to make a commitment, and that commitment is going to be based on you and how fast you want to pay it off. You can say, okay, I want to make 10%. I want to pay 10%, or I want to pay 20%, or I want to pay 50, or I want to get it knocked out and I'm going to pay 100. The more you pay, you can say, I want to pay 200%. That way you buy candy for $1, you're actually paying $3. And then you're getting your loan paid off quicker. It's not a loan. It's a commitment though, because the house is already paid for and it's yours, but you've committed to pay back what you got from that. And then all you got to do is just keep buying and buying and buying and living your life. And eventually you're paid up. And it's all kept tracked on the system, on the Facebook government system. It's all kept tracked with the digital currency. It's made sure that everything is on point. And you don't have to figure out and keep track of nothing. It's being kept track of by itself. And as you just buying stuff, you just look up, oh, well, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer to finishing my loan. Once you finished out paying for your commitment, then bam, you're back to just that 20%. And it's like, okay, it sounds crazy. It sounds insane. Oh, you're paying 200% taxes, 150% taxes, 100% taxes, 30 or 50 or 60% taxes. That's cool because your bills are all paid up and you're still able to function And the only way you can pay yourself off is by functioning. Now you're paying off all your bills. You're paying off all your big ticket items like cars and houses just by living. And you have the money to live. You're getting the money to live. You can find a job. You can do it. You have the space to think. So it's all going to work itself out where people within certain brackets are getting certain amounts of money, are qualifying for houses within certain brackets. Everything is going to it's going to work itself out. In the end, the citizen is going to win. And the interest rate is going to be it's not going to be a part of your situation. It's not going to be the destruction of the citizen. Now, when it comes to companies, they're still going to be operating on loans and interest rates and things of that nature because they're fighting for each other and they're working with larger amounts of money and they're doing bigger things. Same thing when you're buying a car. Same thing when you're buying a house. That's how you're going to get your house. Then once you got the house, you're automatically insured. Once you got the car, it's automatically insured. All the things inside your house, you're going to have to get a commercial license for that. Anything you're renting, you're going to have to get a commercial policy for that. And you might have a commercial policy that just covers you and everything you rent and everything in your house. It's probably going to end up being something like that. I mean, because we're talking about a simple way of life, a more simplified way of life where people don't have to sit here and try to figure out all this paperwork and all this. That's why I'm getting rid of the IRS. The IRS is getting out of there. Okay, we're going to get rid of most of the situation that's dealing with Medicaid, Medicare, and all that because it's too complicated. It's way too complicated for people to try to figure out. It's too much standing in line, too much feeling like a piece of trash trying to get assistance that you need when it's available. And it's like, okay, you got to go through this gate and through these fences. And it's like, what? Let's just make it simple, right? Make it simple. That way things will move fast. That way people can make decisions with a clear conscience and understand what they're doing. And then, boom, with this is going to bring the stress level all the way down. And everybody's doing what they need to do. Nobody's getting nothing for free, but everybody's getting everything easily. Easily. And that's the ticket right there. Just easy. We're trying to live an easy life, not a stressful life. This is the key to having a better life. It's just easy, simple, stress-free. And see, this is the type of assistance everybody's going to have that's a citizen in America 2.0 that's on a Facebook government. You're going to have the ability to do and pretty much get anything you need. So you're insured through the dividend for food, clothing, and shelter. And you're insured with the government Facebook system for any kind of health issues that may arise. Your car is insured. Everything is insured. Same thing with your phone. Because everybody's got to have a phone in this situation with cents on a dollar for everything. This is how we can work together and make life right for everyone and make life easy for everyone. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Interest rates and insurance broke down for you. America 2.0. Simple. I'm going to make that simple for you. That's the reason I got to uproot everything that we're doing and reiterate it completely. And see, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I'm getting you in the right direction. I'm pointing you in the right direction. I'm showing you that our life could be easy. I'm showing you that our life could be simple. I'm showing you that it works more efficiently and we become better when it is simple. Now, when it gets on that road, when everybody gets on this road, just think of the creativity of everybody working together on this level. Now we're talking about a highly advanced, speedy advanced type of lifestyle where everybody have everything they need and everybody is spending. Because that's where you make the money. That's where you're making a come up. You spending. It's not going to be an economy where, you just get all these people's money and pile it up and sit there and live off the interest. You got $50 million you done stole from all these people. Now you're getting like $1 million a year or whatever in interest and you're just walking around spending your interest. No, we're not going to have that. Ain't going to be no interest. Ain't going to be no interest. You're going to have to spend your money. If you spend it all, then you paying your bills up. That's all you got to do. Spend. Go buy things. Go spend your money. Okay, now we got a spending economy. And then people are buying things that they need, buying a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. It's as long as you go out and spend your money, man, you're paying your bills. Who cares if you're broke? You're never really broke because you got the dividend backing you up and then you got a job. But at the same time, you have assets accumulating. 4-5 years of this, you know what I'm saying? You're set. We're setting ourselves up. And now it's easier for somebody to go from high school to college to adulthood. And that's what we need to do. We need to set it up where it's more sensible. Now people can be at the point where they can actually start making a life for themselves. Now men and women can get together easily because right now it's all based on money. It's all based on money. But see, in a system like this, it's not really based on money anymore. The reason you're with somebody in a system like this is because of chemistry, because you like that person, because there's something going on between y'all. It's not because, that person has money, so I'm going to be with him. That's no wonder half of the marriages ain't working. The finances is all crooked and backwards, and everybody's crooked and backwards too. So you get with a girl, 9 times out of 10, the only reason she's with you is because of how much money you got. I mean, you'll never know your worth these days. You'll never know who really cares about you these days, because the simple fact of it's all based on survival, and the way you survive is to get with somebody else that has money. So that's how a lot of these, that's what almost all these relationships are based on. And see, now we're talking about equality for women, because now a woman can survive and do her own thing like this and not have to be pressured to be with a man just because of his money and things of that nature. Now she can choose to be with who she wants to be. And now a man can feel safe about being with the woman that's with him, because she's not being with him because she needs him or wants him because of his money and all that. She's with him because she actually likes him. And now they both together are a power couple. You know, they can do so much together. They can have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars, and then they have some kids. Things grow, and it's like you building with each other instead of building against each other and feeding off of each other, which is what we're doing, because nobody can stand on their own. Why? Because the system is trying to destroy every single one of them with this interest rates, this insurance policies. All these insurance policies. I mean, if you add up all the insurance policies, you got an insurance policy for your car, you got one for your house, you got one for your health. When you add that up, it's about $1,000 per person a month. How is anybody supposed to survive? Really, you got to be a millionaire to survive today. That's the reason why I'm trying to give everybody $1 million. Because in reality, you got to have $1 million just to do everything you're supposed to be doing. And that means you're supposed to be paying your insurance, your house insurance, there's so much. And then you got to pay interest on your house. You got to pay interest on your car loan. You got to pay interest on all that. Once you add all the interest and insurance up, everybody's broke. This is the reason why everybody is broke, stressed out, and backdooring and stabbing each other. Because how are you going to pay all this interest? People are robbing banks because they can't pay the interest, because they can't pay the insurance. A lot of people just go without insurance because they can't pay it. And then the people who can pay it, they're hitting it just to pay the interest. You know what I'm saying? They're taking advantage of the insurance company just to pay the interest. And it's like the insurance companies, who cares? Because they're taking advantage of everybody too. So now we finna change the situation up to where everybody can survive easily. No problem. Yeah. Insurance policies and interest rates. We're changing it up, baby. Marcus Sykes, a.k.a. Black Jesus, the Antichrist. Get ready.